So what's going on, crypto crew? Sean is back with another video about cryptocurrency. We have a movie with a lot of information that we will be going over today. Let's get right to it. The Bitcoin price chart. If you're not already a Patreon member of the Bitcoin Bros, you can become one right here. Bitcoin Bros 101 has this link for the special Patreon pass. You can also go to patreon.com with this link as a /Bitcoin Bro. We put this up for our customers a few days ago. You already know that we give this to them first. We let them know what we think, and we also have trade ideas that we don't talk about on the channel. But that's a conversation for another time. Now look at this year, the price movement is still going up, even though there have been lower lows, higher lows, and higher lows, and higher lows. The RSI showed that a bullish repeat of the 20-day moving average was successful, putting in lower and lower lows. Could you give us a little more pullback? Maybe, but as you can see, this RSI rise is still going strong. Now is a good time to buy. There has been a 20% drop in price. A few weeks ago, Bitcoin was worth 74,000 USD. It is now worth only 59,000 USD, and people are scared because of the fear update from TA Trader Allen. What he's showing you here is a tracement back up to the mid 60 to 70 range, and then trading sideways, just trading this channel. This time, maybe having another fall will set a new record low. Oh, this slowdown was once again a chance, and then we see that the last off by the end of the year and into 2025, it will be worth more than $100,000. He is also looking at the RSI below and the connections from as we come out of the deep and work our way up. We see this double top. We then come down and put in a double bottom, and then there's a rip up to the upside after getting that shakeout double top, but we're not there yet. We had that double bottom again. We could get this retraced the same way we got this one by trading sideways and making a higher low. After this, it's off to the races in 2024, which looks and feels a lot like 2016. Check this out. Why did we set this up? Because this is a chance to buy. We look at the old charts. We test and compare the past, he did too. But look at the fall of 2016, they had a 30% drop, and he was asking for a 20% drop, which is exactly what happened right before the halving. At this point, why? You need to ask yourself if you're not buying because you're afraid or if you sold. What are you doing to get tech news? Deb, the next explosive structure says 90 to 100K is next, and he's comparing this to the last cycle run, which shows this wedge pattern. We have a shell top that goes from B to C and then rips to the top. Take a look at this wedge design. After shell top B to C ripping to the upside, we came up and put in this double peak, double tap, retrace to the 0.382, look at retrace the 0.382, and then what's next? We have this run up, and that run up could take us up to $100,000 in the short to medium term. All of this looks the same in the RSI as well as the levels. So you can see that we have this bakeout right here, a bakeout right here, and then a rip to the top, so please forgive me. The RSI is still there, as we showed you. That's it for the macro. His eyes are on the daily. We're looking at the weekly, and it still looks good. This is a big news story. Jack Dorsey says that his company will now buy Bitcoin every month from now on. Diane Leclerc says that people who try to copy the micro approach are who's going to be the next company. You see a block coming soon. Putting Bitcoin on their books for the first time. That's going to happen. Once you get past that big wall of money, ETFs will show up, and more Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies will follow. Putting Bitcoin on their bank sheets around the world, only 21 million, 3 million are locked up and will never be seen again. That's not even 18 million coins. Do you mean it? Take a look at this video. Not a lot of people backed me up. It will begin to send 13F forms to this address in May, and you will see. You will hear from big banks that they've accepted Bitcoin ETFs for off-market sales. This will happen every 3 months, then every 6 months, then every 12 months, and so on. Then you'll hear that they're marginable, and then you'll see, as you saw last week, 12 funds at Morgan Stanley agreed to adopt Bitcoin. After that, a number of 2 at BlackRock, and I think you'll see more and more of these. That's what will make the news, and I think you'll then see some small to medium-sized businesses go out of business. Some of these company CEOs have reached out to us, and I've also been contacted by them. It's like when you're stuck and mired and your choices are worthless and you're afraid of losing your employees and want to bring life back to the company, you need to make a deal. That point, it's pretty easy, right? Either you're going to sell yourself to a bigger company that can use your product, or you're going to buy something or someone. For example, it could be a combination of equals. Are you going to buy something small that grows quickly? Are you going to run out of stock until 2024? I don't think Bitcoin was a choice for businesses. Public companies and banks were scared of it. They didn't know which way the SEC would rule on it. I think by the end of 2024, the institutional and public company world will say, Bitcoins aren't going away, only Bitcoins can be used as an object. Here is no better than it. We're not going to get in trouble for having it on our books. That's when people stop being afraid of, from fear of doing something to fear of not doing something, or maybe from fear to greed, and they slowly move it up. This will happen between 2025 and 2028. Those were kind of the early years of adoption. Good for us, though. Right now it only takes 2, 3, 5, or 10 companies to act to start a wild bull run. Bitcoin doesn't need much to go from 60,000 to 150,000 or 200,000. Once we reach 2,000, we'll need 10x more capital to take it to the next level, but they'll be on stage with us. There's also a new one from Saylor. He's telling you that you'll see a parade of famous people. Money from investors. A number of public companies have said they will buy Bitcoin. As soon as 2 to 10 companies act, there's a wild bull run. If you didn't get it, we just said that was $200,000 in Bitcoin to go 10 times further. We need the big boys. Is it possible that the Apples were the Amazons? He said they were sitting there on stage with him. That's the important thing. It doesn't take long for them to go from 200 to 2 million, and you can see MicroStrategy stock. We also showed this to our Patreon supporters. The multi-decade head and shoulders pattern on these shirts is very big. Let's do that. Let's zoom all the way out on the map. It looks like this has a big round bottom. E came back and tested this more than once. It looks like a big cup and handle pattern. We won't talk about this technical goal, but let's get a better look at it. How does this reversed head and shoulders play out? Our clients saw this in the shorts mid-season. We have this shoulder, this head, this other shoulder, and look at this multi-year resistance that we broke through and just tried again around $1,100. This is going to be a bump and run with the technical goal of around $10,000 per share. He did say $10,000. Take a look at the RSI. The RSI is still in place, making higher highs and higher lows. It's still low, but the low is higher. Now is a good time to buy, before the real fun starts after that. I'm Sean, and I'm with the Bitcoin Bros. Please click the like button if you enjoy this video. This will help us get more people to watch our show. Please show us some love, we appreciate it. That's all I have for you today. I'm leaving. You